That makes so sound cool. Okay.
All You Ever Need by Max Lucado and illustrated by Douglas Klaba.
I think the last one we did was by Max Lucado, wasn't it?
Punchinella West. Alright. Years ago, there was a village in a desert land. In this dry land, there was very little water. It seldom rained, but when it did, the people scurried about, capturing what they could in buckets and pots. Every drop was like purest gold. Even though the land was dry, the people were never thirsty, for nearby lived a kind man named Tobias, who owned a deep wellspring from which poured clear, cool water. The people called Tobias the Water Master, and they loved him very much. He shared his treasure with everyone in the village. All they had to do was ask, and the Water Master would gladly let them dip into his well. "Drink all you want," he offered.
I think that's what it sounded like.
Not only did Tobias share from his well, but he taught his son to do so also. Tobias and his son Julian would help the people dip their buckets and carry their loads. Day after day, the people would come to the well. Tobias would smile and say, "Take all you need." He would talk to the people about their lives. He would laugh with them and inquire about their hopes and dreams. While Julian helped them draw water for their families, Tobias was a kind friend, always ready to help the villagers. One day, the Water Master announced to the village, "My son and I are going away for a while. While we're gone, my servant Elzevir will watch over the well. He will give you all the water you need."
I'm asking a question after this video is done.
With that, the Water Master and his son turned and walked up the road, leading away from the village.
Maybe I should just ask it now. Who's this guy supposed to be if this is a symbol or something?
Elzevir.
Who's that supposed to be if this is a symbol?
That's maybe like the laws. Maybe they had to follow all his rules. We haven't got that far yet. The people were sad to see them leave, but they trusted Elzevir to supply their needs. And indeed, Elzevir did, just as the Water Master said. Each day, when the villagers came to ask for water, he eagerly filled their buckets. As he did, he told the people, "Take all you need. There's plenty of water for all." For a time, the village went about its usual business, or its business as usual. He's a good Water Master. But then, one day, Elzevir noticed that the villagers were not grateful when they received the water. They just took their full buckets and raced away without one word of thanks. This troubled Elzevir so much that he decided to stop giving water to everyone. He forgot the Water Master's kindness to all. Instead, he announced to the villagers, "From now on, I will not give water to those who aren't thankful." The people were surprised. After Elzevir's announcement, all the villagers tried hard to remember to thank him when they received their water.
Okay, that's fine enough.
Sometime later, Elzevir noticed that some of the people were unkind to their neighbors and mean to their animals. Again, the substitute Water Master was bothered. He determined to give water only to nice people. "If you're mean to your animals or unkind to your neighbors, you will not get water," he announced. The people worked hard to please Elzevir so they wouldn't go thirsty. But as time passed, the Water Master continued to find some new fault with the people. "You are too busy. You're too lazy. You're not quick enough, or smart enough, or pretty enough." With each decision, fewer people were given water. Oh, you don't look too happy. Over time, the villagers grew sad and angry.
Yeah, but this looks so real.
"How can we ever be good enough for Elzevir?" they questioned. "We'll all die of thirst," they cried. As Elzevir's rules grew longer, the line for water grew shorter. The people, growing thirsty, began to give up. "It's no use," the people cried. "We can't please you." In the midst of the shouting, a quiet figure approached the gathered villagers. Elzevir eyed the man suspiciously. "Another thirsty soul, no doubt," he growled. "Can you show that you are worthy of this water?" Oh, his face doesn't look very happy either.
Yeah, that's not what God would do.
The man quietly strode to the well and turned to the people. "I have come to help you," he said. Elzevir was angry. "Just who do you think you are?" The man removed his cloak. The villagers gasped when they saw the familiar face. They began to whisper among themselves. "I am Julian, the son of the watermaster. My father sent me to share the water with all the people." At that, the people cheered. Elzevir became afraid. The villagers wanted revenge. "No water for Elzevir," they shouted. The son held up his hand to the crowd to quiet them. "My father's water is a gift to all," he said patiently. "But Elzevir was cruel to us." "I know he was, but if water were given only to good people, who could drink?" No one spoke. The son placed his hand on Elzevir's shoulder. "Freely you have received. Freely give." The people looked at each other and were silent. They knew the son's words were wise and true. And so, from that day on, Elzevir was forgiven, and the water was shared freely.
That's the end.
That's the
And
end.
that's what you always say at the end of the book.
And
So,
that's
don't
the
turn it off
end.
yet. I will always do the sound effects except for this video.